Call this Jackson County July 22nd, 2019 to order. Roll call, Mr. Manning.
Mr. Rich? Present. Mr. Venable? Present. Ms. Gilbert?
Present.
Mr. Sis? Present. Chairman present.
We'll have our prayer by Mr. Porter and our pledge by Mr. Sis.
Lord God, our Father in heaven, we are truly blessed to be able to come to you with this avenue of prayer and give thanks for this country that we live in, but we pray for this country, God, because of the difficulties that we're having right now. We just pray that everyone that is involved in making decisions will look to you for the guidance that they need. So God, we are thankful for our country, we're thankful for this county, we're thankful for those that serve us in a public way, that give their time and their effort to represent us, and because, God, we know that all human forms of government are blessed by you, so we're thankful for that. Right now, we also offer a special prayer for Tommy Haynes. God, we pray that he'll recover from his difficulty and that he'll be restored to a good measure of health. We pray that you'll watch over us and guide us all. In Christ's name, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, please don't let Donald Trump kill us all.
Next be to approve the agenda. If you would, we could strike number 8 on the work session. Need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. Next be awards and presentations. On to discussion items. Number 1 be the leasing the land of Sportsman's Landing to the city of Scottsburg. Is everybody able to look at this, give any thought, decide any suggestions how to move forward?
Mr. Chairman, I drove out there and I looked at the piece of property and didn't even know we had access to this property. It was brought up a couple weeks ago. And I would like to table this a little longer and get a survey and see really what we do have. I mean, I feel like there may be some things out there we might compensate some dollars that would bring into the county ourselves before we give up the lease to the city. I mean, that's just my own personal thoughts.
I did talk to one of the city councilmen about it, and they, there's some grant dollars available, and what the city of Scottsburg wanted to do was to apply for those grant dollars. It has to be applied by a municipality or a government entity. And there, you know, it was expressed to me by that one particular council member that their only interest was to, you know, the boat ramp, the parking lot, and the maintenance of it. So I don't remember the acreage that's down there and how it was laid out. I remember I went to Gunnersville with Matthew Hodges several years ago and about this piece of property and looked at it. I think we had some discussion with Mr. Porter about it. We were talking about at the time maybe building some cabins out there, and the way that TVA had allowed the county to use that property, it wasn't like the county park. We didn't have full control over it. It still belonged to TVA. It was just leased to us, and we could put temporary like camping sites and stuff like that, but we couldn't put any permanent structures. That's just the best I remember.
Such as campers, we put camper
I
sites?
think that's correct. And if we did turn it over to the city of Scottsburg, I would like to keep the portion of property
Right, that's what I was
that we
thinking.
could potentially put campsites on if we get where we can. I mean, we have a wait list of 60 people, I think, in County Park now. And if we could put some campsites down there, you know, maybe profitable for the county in the future. So, I would be reluctant to release that part of the property.
Do we know if the city's willing to just do the boat ramp in the parking area? I drove out there myself, and the parking area is really, really bad. It's got like a rut that runs down the middle of it and everything. It's in dire need of maintenance.
I'm not aware at this time. I can talk to the mayor and see.
And I would be willing to discuss some partnership with the city of Scottsburg.
Yeah, that would be great.
Even with the camping and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I can go along with that, I just,
Joint
I'd like to
venture with them.
see a survey, like I said, it was new to me, and I did drive out there and seen it was really run down, but, you know, before we were told to release it, I think we would just go a little further and more discussion and get a, you know, a description and see kind of what we have to take.
Mapping probably could help us with that.
Good. All right, so I'll, get with the mayor and see what we find out, and then we'll bring it back to another work session once I get all the information. Next, the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. I know it's a little early, but need to go ahead and get it done. You got counters in your folder. We just need to decide which days will be the holidays for our employees.
But traditionally, we've done Thanksgiving and the day after, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's pretty much cut and dry.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. Christmas, we may need to discuss a little more, it hits on a Wednesday, so it makes it difficult,
Right.
But,
you know, to extend the weekend one way or the other.
but keep in mind, most of these holidays that have felt odd like this, the governor has at the last moment declared a day after or a day before a state holiday too, so she may take it upon herself, which we have no idea, to do the 24th also. But she's done that several times so far.
So I'd be willing to go ahead and do the Friday after Thanksgiving, give everybody a long weekend.
I agree with
Yes.
But I would like to think about Christmas a little more.
That's what-
I mean, they ain't a whole lot you can do with it, like you said, because of the way it falls.
Mhm.
I mean, about the only thing you could do is, the 24th and 25th, somebody had to come in and work on
That's
Monday.
probably what I would only want to do on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. If
Right.
anybody wanted to take their Monday as a holiday,
On their personal
vacation
time,
Right.
yes.
time, then they could be off until,
I think that would be the best, and then when they come back on Thursday, they go back to work Thursday, Friday.
I'd be fine with that.
I'll agree.
And one reason I think Ms. Gilbert had brought it up last time, but one reason that I'm willing to do this, and it's one of the few things we can do for our employees. One raise in 7 years, and we can give them a little time off, holidays, spend with their family. It's not much, but that's something.
It's very valuable to some of them though.
But while we're thinking about that one, I mean, it's gonna follow the same thing on New Year's right there too, so we may as well just kind of think about Christmas and New Year's, is that not correct?
I don't have the calendar for that.
Well, it would follow.
I'm just looking at this calendar, I just want
Um,
But New Year's is usually not as important of a holiday to some folks. So. Maybe we can monitor the weather like we did last year, because we don't know too about closings and everything, and how the weather's gonna set in before then, and how many days that we're gonna have the services, you know, closed off from the public. So we may want to address that at a later time.
We can. All right, anybody else got anything on Thanksgiving and Christmas? If it's okay, then we'll move it to, our meeting next. Next be, drive safe signs.
Yeah, it's just something to think about, and I meant to get with Mr. Campbell, and I didn't have too good of a week last week and stuff going on, but, I went on a trip a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed, out of state, there was a lot of road signs on the side of the road. So please drive safe in memory of, and please don't drink and drive in memory of, and it's where there's been fatality accidents and stuff, and I notice driving around the county, sadly, you see, you know, little memorials and stuff that people's put up, and I would like to at least investigate what it would cost for us to do that. Maybe even if the family wanted to pay to have a sign put up with this warning. I meant to get some copies and pictures made, but that's what the sign looked like.
See, Mr. Citizen.
Yes.
Anyway, that's nothing we have to move on right away. It's just something I would like to investigate what the cost would be on it.
I do, yeah, I wanted to bring it up, just so people would have some thought on it, maybe give everybody a chance to be thinking on it. Because you do see a lot of those where people put some, makeshift, little, signs up and crosses and everything, so it might be something we
Well, it would be something that would be more permanent, it would send a message, and it would make it easier for our equipment and stuff, mowing and stuff, not to destroy, a sign up on the post.
And it would be put more in a secure or safe location for anybody driving or anything like that, not obstructing views and things like that.
We'll get some more information on it and bring it to a later work session. That's fine with everybody. Next, we dump site cameras and signs. We got our cameras in. We got a couple of boxes made. And we gotta order some signs. Me and Commissioner Gilbert had looked at some signs, and
That was the one, this is the one, because it doesn't say no trespassing.
yeah, this was just got 24-hour video surveillance. All
Recorded,
activities,
monitored.
yeah, all activities are monitored and recorded. So,
And the price on that was, I think it's a 4-pack for $18.75.
yeah, they're made out of aluminum.
Yeah, they're aluminum resistant. Unless we can fix something better through our sign department, we just think they're flexible, they'll bend. It was mounted on a utility pole.
Mr. Campbell, do you, I guess the same place you get signs, you get those?
That would be a quick order off the front to it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen what you're talking about, but if you want to email me the sign dimensions, I can check on pricing through our
Okay.
vendor.
And I guess the next step, everybody be giving some thought on where you'd like the cameras to be put up first.
Most definitely the county line.
So we need to give that some thought, get ready to start putting those up so we can try to stop this dumping that's going on.
Mr. Campbell, I'm sending you that just real quick
Okay.
on text.
Next,
Some general idea. Sorry, Mr.
that's
Chairman.
okay. Next be front-end loader purchasing container. Mr. Green, you want to talk about this?
I didn't come prepared to talk about it.
That's okay, I didn't know if you wanted to, but that's okay.
Mr. Manning's got the important information.
Basically what this is, if you'll notice, the next one is the MOU. It's a contract with the school system on their garbage service. In order to do that, we'll have to get a truck and the containers. So basically what we need to do tonight is approve purchasing the truck and the containers on the understanding that the contract, once the contract is signed, and then we can move forward with it.
And Mr. Chairman, under our meeting we had with Mr. Robinson the other day, he said that these have a better resale value than the daily route trucks also.
Yeah, they're
That's
like,
something the other commissioners may need to.
yeah, they're like Mr. Campbell at the road department, kind of like the dump trucks. These have got a resale value that if we do them in 12 to 18 months, they bring back pretty much the value of what we get for them, so we can keep them rotated out with no maintenance. So I think that's gonna be a cost savings in itself. Is everybody good with it being put on the meeting?
So this is gonna be a 5-year.
Yes.
And revisit it within 1 year,
Right.
to see if we're providing the number of days service and all of that's what we discussed the other day that they need, and how much we're actually taking in is what they told us it was going to be and all that.
Everybody good, we'll put number 5 on the meeting next. Like I said, number 6 is a MOU. It's the proposal that we have prepared and got ready. We're getting it to the Board of Education, them to look at and sign. As soon as they get that signed, then we can be able to pull the trigger on the truck. If everything goes well, we'll start October 1st with the school system. questions on it?
I apologize, I've not had time to look at this closely at all, or hardly at all.
The MOU,
Yeah, the whole
we can slow down with that, we'll talk about it again.
cost of payback ratio on that. How long will it take, will this 5-year contract
Well,
pay for our
one-
initial investment?
Yeah, one thing too is we're only gonna be picking up, is it twice a week?
It's gonna run twice a week.
Twice a week, so that's gonna, the other 3 days will be dedicated to new customers too. So not only will it be servicing school, it will be servicing other accounts out in the county.
And he had mentioned like maybe moving some of the other, that we have several of the round containers to
Yeah.
dumpsters and things like that.
Is this
Right now,
gonna-
they're unsafe.
Is this gonna cause us to have to increase our payroll obligation down there? And if that, has that been factored in? Can we do it with current manpower, or we're gonna have to have additional drivers?
We'll have to have one, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to have a driver for you.
And are you gonna have to have a secondary truck in case of a breakdown, or?
No, they got,
A rental service, he
You got a
said,
rental service.
if it were to happen to begin with, till we get this rolling, we get more private contracts and things like that, or, say, mobile home parks, things like that, get more business generated through it, then we'll invest in a second truck.
one thing you gotta realize too, these are gonna be like the dump trucks, they're gonna be on rotation, so they're not gonna be as likely like the garbage trucks there to break down.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep them rotated out, so we get a better resale value.
Yeah, I'm totally for it, I want to, I apologize, everybody knows what I had going on last week, I didn't have much time to study it and crunch my own numbers on it.
Want to put it on the meeting week after next?
Well, the only thing about it, we have to, if we don't do it now, we ain't gonna have time
To
to
get it
order
to
it
the
by the
county.
time, because we gotta start it by October 1st.
Well, then, Mr. Miller, we take time to crunch
Does
numbers.
everybody else feel comfortable with it? I mean, have y'all took the time and
I haven't, I'm like you, Jason, I'm just trying to scope it out here and see, and these trucks, Mr. Green, is that gonna be the ones, that's the folks in the front of them,
Yes,
it's gonna pick it up and come back across it? Okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Who's doing the contract now for the garbage for the county?
If they're out of Chattanooga, it's,
Republic.
Republic.
Except like in municipalities such as, I believe, Stevenson and Bridgeport, they do it once there.
I'm fine with moving forward with it. Like I said, I know that it can be profitable and, we may have to look at it.
We get to revisit it in a
harder
year.
later. I have confidence in our solid waste department. I know they've crunched the numbers and looked at it.
Like I said, just say on there that we revisit it right in front of them.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's in
I mean,
there.
only if I see, huh?
For
Says it's a term of agreement will be for 5 years, review the contract for additional period of 5 years.
Annual conversation.
Sure needed annually. We're gonna be reviewing it at the end of each year.
Okay, you just did.
the annual compensation.
And if everybody agrees, they can butt in, but if everybody agrees, we'll do a real contract. This is just something to get us started, so we put the provisions in front of everybody so they can see them.
To negotiate with them.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not against it, I'm kinda like Mr. Venable, I wanna make sure that, hire an extra employee, having, it's gonna compensate for all of our money that's gonna be spent.
Well, we will definitely have to pick up more customers, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
contract with the Board of Education is not gonna sustain that program, but I know there's a market out there. And we get calls all the time, so we're kinda going out on a limb to try it, but, as long as we can provide a good service at a reasonable rate, I don't see any reason why we couldn't succeed at it.
Well, we got a safety issue too. I was, briefed upon with these small ones, the small cans, when they're picking them up and dumping them, they're falling into the trucks and drivers actually having to get out, and those things are heavy. And with one person trying to bring that thing out, somebody's gonna get hurt. With this, it will do away with those, and it'll just go to where it's manual, so that the manual labor will go away from them. Okay. But if everybody's good with that, then we'll move it to the meeting. Number 7 would be front-end loader and roll-off franchise. This is just something that we had on before. This is just something that I wanted to talk about. Basically, this is just what Scottsburg does. It's we're franchised in the residential garbage service now. We're the only one that can do residential garbage in Jackson County. We can do a resolution, franchise Jackson County, and then we'd be the only ones, except for there's one company in Jackson County named S&L, I believe it is, that's actually a resident of Jackson County that they would be grandfathered in. But it's something for the commission to think about, decide whether or not they want to do it. They want to do a study on it to see what kind of revenue it bring in. It's just something that I would like for the commission to look at and see if it would be worth doing.
I actually have been looking into this, and matter of fact, I had spoke to Mr. Venable and told him I wanted, because he had some thoughts on it, and then of course he had his personal situation, more in detail about his thoughts on it. So if we could put it off to the next work session, would be great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the main thing tonight, I just want to put it on there for everybody to talk about, keep it on there for everybody to be looking at, get with some other counties. That's what I'm going to be doing. We're trying to get some more information from some other counties, municipalities to see what they're doing. And we'll put it on the next work session. And if we're not ready, we can always, it ain't something that's got to be on the next work session. It can be put on down, a few down the road if we need to. Number 9 is cleaning contract for Parks Cabin. It seems like it's coming up a lot, but the company that was doing it decided they weren't going to do it anymore. I got a call from Mr. Barnes today, and they decided they weren't going to continue cleaning. So Mr. Barnes has found another company that's wanting to do it. And you remember, Mr. Porter, the name of it?
I don't think he told me the name. What I told him was, when he told me he had this problem, was that he put it on the agenda tonight, but apparently they don't have all their paperwork in order yet.
Right.
But if the commission is inclined to do this, then it would be subject to them getting the workers' comp and general liability and other requirements that we make for them, so.
And it is, I did talk to him, he said it is at the exact same price that we have paying the others, so there's not a price change, it's just a personnel change. So if everybody's in agreement, we can move to the meeting, and like Mr. Porter said, it would be based upon if this company turns in the proper paperwork, the liability insurance, the information that they got to turn in.
Is this going to have to be advertised like our voting and stuff, or does he just like go out and find someone? I didn't know.
I think it's less than, we had this discussion last time, and it's less than $15,000.
So that's why it falls under that. Gotcha.
You know, my thoughts on this, we're having a lot of issues with this, trying to keep someone and involved to do it. And, you know, I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I just have been thinking about, you know, maybe we ought just to turn this over and let it be done in-house. You know, men do cleaning every day. Until we get these things on the road and moving better, we're having a lot of problems right here with this, and I just wonder how y'all feel about that. You know, we've hired some extra temporary help, and it might be something we could do in the house ourselves. There's no big thing to cleaning a little apartment. I mean, that's just my thoughts.
How long's it been since we just talked about this, a month ago?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Hadn't been long. I don't have a problem wherever y'all want to go, in whatever direction y'all want to go with it. But as far as the cabins go, that they're making money and being profitable. So this year they are profitable.
Well, I'm not saying they're not, but I just thought, with our people, the employees, we might just rotate, a couple of
You
these
talking about some
employees.
park employees?
Park employees, a couple of employees, this is their week to clean the cabins, and not put it on one specific person.
What's the issue of everybody's just not cleaning them anymore? I mean, has anybody found that out? I mean, is it underpaid? Is somebody bidding it under too cheap?
This lady, I understand, said that the two people she had doing it quit and she couldn't find any help. So I think she's run into a lot of trouble that a lot of people are nowadays. The economy's booming and there's a lot of jobs out there and she can't find help.
What we're paying, I don't think we can hire personnel to do it. I know our park personnel is not really equipped for that scope of work, I mean, if you're weed eating and cutting grass, it'd be hard to go in and clean. We don't have, regular maintenance people, what we have at the courthouse, when they go over to Public Works and some other buildings, they have to really go to the park, so. I'm willing to explore and look at any options, so.
Well, that's what I was just thinking, basically, all we got a house and cleaning materials and a vacuum cleaner.
We gotta have a washer or somewhere to
Cleaning
clean the
linens and
linens.
stuff like that.
And maybe it even has to be done on Saturday or Sunday sometimes, depending upon check in and check out.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of the problem. It's not consistent, what's, the ones I've talked to, it's clean, I've talked to a couple of them. It's not consistent where they can really make an income like they thought they would, probably.
Well, who's cleaning it now? I mean, did they quit?
Yes, this just happened.
So who's gonna be cleaning it until we find somebody?
I think they've given 2-week notice.
Yes, that's the reason they want to get this done, because he just has a brief time before they're gone.
Since there's no change in the price, if they move forward with it right now, it collapses on us again, we may have to look at a different way of doing it, or, be looking at a different way of doing it till this contract. Once this contract, we decide then if we want a new contract or do it a different way.
Didn't we set up the last one that said something about 3 months and we would review their work?
It's a 90-day contract.
90 days, so we would have 90 days to explore their options.
Let's do that.
We'll put number 9 in on the meeting. And number 10 will be copy machine contract.
Which copy machines are we looking at there?
Yeah, we basically got proposals. If you look at this, the one you got in your booklet was
You should only have one proposal.
or one proposal, sorry. This was the cheapest, right?
I've talked to over 5 different companies for the past month, really, and just kind of been seeing what options we have. This is the company that the county uses right now. RJ Young, they provide Rico copiers, and from what I'm aware of, everyone's happy with the copiers that we have. It's just this price was negotiated in 2000 and, what was that, 5 years ago? 2014, and we pay 22 on an average printing month. We pay $22.94.38 per month, and right now we're paying over $800 in overages, and most of that is coming from places that had a color copy machine that maybe don't need it. One was at the jail, and thanks to Chuck and Rocky and Kim, they've seen that problem, and we're moving the color one to investigations who actually need some color copies of faces and stuff, and then putting a black and white at the jail because they print such a large amount of copies. So switching from color to black and white there eliminates a lot of the price. So this new proposal will be, instead of paying for an upfront click rate, a certain amount, this will just be a lower click rate per copy that everyone prints. I think if we do it this way and kind of keep an eye on what everybody's printing and make sure that it's stuff that needs to be printed, that that we can save over $1,000 a month. On average, right now, if this past month, if we printed every month like this past month with this new deal, we'd be paying $17.47 per month instead of the $31.26, which we just paid this month. Kimmy just paid it today. And this proposal would be cutting the senior center, which we provide right now. And we've talked about, when we talked to them about taking their leased equipment, possibly just buying them a printer and letting them maintain it themselves. This would be moving the investigation one in the jail, swapping them really. And now that we've moved Senior RX with COA, there's really no need for her to have one. So we'd be moving the Senior RX one to Dispatch, who is in need of one. They print a lot, and they're burning through desktop printers quickly. And then our HR department, due to some confidentiality stuff, they need their own fax machine and printer in office with them instead of openly in the commission office. So that's what you have there in front of you. That also has the mapping and appraisal copiers cut. I'm not sure exactly what decision Jeff's going to do, if he wants to stay on this contract or if he wants to go a different route. I talked to him right before I walked into the meeting, and I think he might want to also be on this, so it may change a little bit. I didn't know until just a minute ago, but it's still going to be a lot cheaper than what we've been paying, no matter how this goes.
Ross has done a lot of hard work. It's took a long time to gather all this information. He's done a good job working with all these different companies trying to come up with this, and it's going to be a huge savings for us. So I appreciate the hard work you've done on it.
So this really doesn't have to be approved today or anything. It's just something for y'all to look at. Our lease is not actually up until October, but in staying with, if we decide to stay with this company, we can do it whenever, and they will, cancel our contract we're in with now. I think we owe $4,000 something. They mark it out, come take old machines off, come put the new ones in wherever it needs to be, and we start a new 60-month lease with them. So the numbers may change a little should Jeff decide to want to also bill this, but I think that's billed separately to his department anyway.
I think it'd be smart to move quicker than slower because of the savings. We need to save every penny we can.
You had mentioned someone monitoring, make sure what's being copied. Who does that fall under? Whose responsibility is that?
It'd be me.
Okay. Just making sure someone had that happen.
I'm not going to be the copy police, but I can watch on the computer kind of when rates are getting too high, and
so we don't suffer this overage penalty.
Yeah. Well, with this new contract, there won't be an overage penalty because we're not paying for an upfront certain number.
It's just a set fee.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a set fee per copy, which is a lot cheaper than the overage fees.
Right.
And so, I think if we let all the department heads know, let everybody know, that there's a serious problem with overprinting, and that costs money, and then we'll keep an eye on it. If we see something or some place that is going over, then we'll look a little further into it, and I'll keep Tim aware of that.
This company out of Nashville, home office?
Yes. That's their home office, but they have one in Huntsville. That's kind of who services us.
So it's a satellite office, I was
Yeah,
wondering.
yeah. Like I said, this was negotiated in 2014, this first contract. I've been here almost 3 years, and there are problems, but they're here when they say they're going to be here, and they fix the problem, and they've been a good company. I looked at other options just to see for the past few months, and it came down to 2 different ones, and they negotiated some things that the other company couldn't. But I felt like it was fair for the county.
Anything else, just move forward. Everybody good with moving forward, they put it on the meeting.
Yeah, I am.
With the understanding about Jeff, and also you may need to send a letter out from your office about monitoring the copies and everything too.
Ross is going
To give some heads up, they won't be
I'll
blindsided.
let everybody who's getting will know that.
I'm sorry,
No, I was, what you said, I just want to make sure that Jeff was involved, so that's Ross had mentioned that,
Yeah, I-
you know, where we kind of know.
He had thought about going with a different company, and I think that may fall through due to costs and stuff now that this deal has come through, and so I didn't know he might want to join in on this cost savings. So
Didn't he come in a meeting a while ago? Did you talk to him? I thought I said he come through the
I
hall.
didn't see him. I talked to him right before the meeting.
Would it, Ralph, would it be your recommendation to wait till we talk to Jeff before we move forward with this, or go ahead and talk?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna change it's not gonna change the cost per copier. We're paying for his lease right now anyways.
So they can just piggyback
He's on the lease, this original one, but I thought he was going with someone else, and that's not gonna happen, so.
So it won't change anything, can you piggyback from it?
It'll, right. It'll still be cost saving compared to what we have. Our paying now.
And we appreciate you going to all the trouble to compare those.
Mr. Chairman, I add one item to, along with what Ross was saying, when we first noticed those overages spiking up, I think the jail, at that time, the jail started having to make a lot of copies that the district attorney's office hadn't been making, or there was some change in the system. So the jail started having to produce tremendous amount of copies for the days they were bringing the prisoners down or something, some kind of a, and that's when we noticed that overage start going up. And another thing I wanted to mention, this is on the state approved bid list, so we do not have to bid this. So this company is an approved vendor with the state. And I'll add with what Ross said, since I've been here, which has been going on 6 years, they've been a very good company to work with. So just add that in.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to go 5-minute recess before we go into our meeting. All right, I call this meeting back to order. First, we need to approve the July 22nd, 2019 meeting agenda. I need to approve the on number 6, sorry, number 6, need where it says chairman, we need to change that to Jim Green. And then we'll be adding a number 8. It'll be Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday. Number 9 be the cleaning contract with Clark. And number 10, copy machine contract. Yeah, and we're striking number 5. Copy machine contract.
Number 6.
Number 6, just scratch that there.
We use his name, and we just use his system.
Resolution, you can read it on just his name, but on the resolution, but in case he leaves tomorrow, we won't do it.
Yeah, on number 6, do we want to put enforcement officer?
On the resolution, it does have enforcement officer last year.
That's just what I was asking Mr. Porter.
Well, I heard a little bit, that's why I asked. I couldn't-
Yeah, what we're gonna do is change the resolution to say enforcement officer, who is currently Jim Breen.
I make a motion, we approve said agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First and only agenda, be a motion to accept the hiring committee's recommendation.
Gotta do all business.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I skip?
Bottom of the first page.
Old business, motion to approve the minutes from the following meetings and work session, April 23rd, 2019, May 6th, 13th, 20th, 29th of 2019, June 4th, 10th, 17th, and 24th of 2019, and July 1st and the 8th of 2019, and the budget meetings, June 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th of 2019.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Now, on to the business. Sorry about that. Motion to accept the hiring committee's recommendation of those five into Christopher Murphy, Christine, Timothy Holcomb, Edward Fowler, and William Pelham for the temporary labor position for the Public Works Department.
I'll make that motion for these recommendations.
I'll second.
Who's second?
Pekin.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number two, the motion to accept hiring committee's recommendation of Jimmy Maynard for the vacant HMT 1 grade 4 position for Public Works Department.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? Number three, it'll be a motion to approve the purchase of front-end loader and container
Upon approval.
upon approval of the school contract.
I'll make that motion upon approval.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion to approve the contract with the Board of Education.
That's to move forward with creating an actual contract. We don't have an actual
Right.
contract.
Yeah, it's a
Negotiating.
Mr. Porter, what do we need to
It's
do?
an MOU.
Do we need to make a motion to give the chairman authority to enter into contract with?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to give the chairman authority to enter into a contract for front-end loader contract with school.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Number six, the motion to approve and sign a resolution appointing Jim Green as the alternate solid waste officer in the absence of solid waste director.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Number seven, be a motion to accept hiring committee's recommendation of Shirley Bradford for the vacant clerk 2 grade 5 position for the sanitation department.
I'll make the motion for Shelley Bradford.
Got a motion?
I second.
And a second, all in favor say aye. Aye opposed? Number eight will be the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, will be November 21st and 22nd, December 24th and 25th.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number nine will be the cleaning contract for the park.
90-day contract.
It'll be upon that they get the proper paperwork in that's needed, and it'll be at the same price that the current contract.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? And number 10 will be a copy machine contract with R.J. Young.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? Next will be reports from staff. Mr. Manning?
Thank you.
No. Mr. Kevin?
Nothing, sir, thank you.
Mr. Porter?
I don't have anything, thanks.
Rocky? Mr. Rich?
I'm just, like to tell Jason, I'm sorry to hear about the accident with his father. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, I had some death also in my family, so I just want to tell you, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it up there. But, there's a lot of issues going on. We do need to get with legislative delegation, get together, and just work things out, and get things moving, get the wheels moving, and do our best to get along. That's all I got to say.
Mr. Kevin?
Like Mr. Riggs said, I lost my dad last week, and I appreciate all the calls and texts and everything. Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Gilbert?
Just, we'll say I'm sorry to Danny and Jason for their losses last week, and wish I could have made it, I've been there for them. Mr. McAllister, you know, we're trying to sit down with them, we've been working on it. Please understand that we've offered, Mr. Morgan, he's been in one meeting and there's a recording of that one meeting that we sat down at the legislative delegation's office. So, you know, it's not that we haven't worked on it, just let you know.
Mr. Sid? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Mr. Sid?
I just kind of follow up as some of them said, I'm sorry about the loss of Mr. Rich, and the member, loss of Jason's dad. And ask you to be with Tommy. We had a close call from what I, yesterday, we were here at the Widowmaker. Good Lord had a reason for him being here. Thank you, Mr. McAllister, people like you that continue to be with us. Like they said, we're trying. You know, there has been some conflict, but, you know, I feel like we can work through this. Mr. Rich said we can get on the right page, all work together, and do what's right for the people of Jackson County.
Thank you. I'd also like to condolences to Mr. Riggs for his loss and Mr. Neville. It's always sad to lose somebody. Everybody remember Mr. Haynes. I've always liked Tommy. I always thought the world, we've had a lot of disagreements here lately. Don't mean I don't think the world of him. Hate that he's having these medical issues he's having, and I hope he gets well soon. And we will be giving him some time, and you know, wait till he gets stronger. Once he gets stronger, we'll get back to meeting, and I'm sure, I got confidence that we're gonna work something out. And so we're looking forward to that, and as soon as he gets healthy and gets back where he can do something, we're gonna get with him, and we're gonna get something set up, and we're gonna be with him. So with that, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned.